In any enterprise, developers need to write smart applications, and they're expected to do it both quickly and securely. Large enterprises can't settle for anything less than a trustworthy AppSec platform, one that can sift through massive amounts of code and complexities to prioritize only vulnerabilities that matter most. They need an AppSec platform that can scale and grow with the enterprise, a platform that flows with developers without slowing them down and creates alignment and trust between CISOs, AppSec, and development teams. That's where we come in. At Checkmarx, we understand these unique security challenges and create DevSec trust by prioritizing the vulnerabilities that impact the business, meeting developers where they live by fitting into their workflow and tech stack, and equipping developers with the tools and knowledge to write secure code from the very first line. By prioritizing what matters most, CISOs, AppSec, and development teams can work together to develop alignment that strengthens their organization's security posture and impacts their business growth. This is what we've been doing for years, serving 60% of the Fortune 100 companies. Technology that builds DevSec trust. Checkmarx, make shift happen.
Chandra, can you hear me? Hi, Vandana.
Hello. Hi. I can hear you.
Awesome.
Sorry, guys. My Checkmarx SSO is having some issues. I ended up joining through my personal email Zoom. Okay. Thanks for promoting me as a panelist because I was about to write a mail. Okay.
Yep. Good one. All right. So I believe Sanjeev will also be joining in a while.
Sure.
So Chandra, all set?
Yes, all set.
Awesome. So Vandana, how many registrations are done as of now?
Chandra, is that you? Who's asking?
This is Samram.
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 Yeah.
I don't have that number. I was not monitoring that. I think last time they said 90 plus. So Pooja may be able to answer that.
Is she on the call?
Yeah.
Yeah, near about 100 registrations we have received.
Awesome. So I believe in next couple of minutes, everyone should start joining in.
Right.
All right.
All right. So thank you so much for joining in today's webinar. I'd like to welcome Abraham. One second. Pooja, start the recording. The recording is already in progress. All right.
Started, yeah.
Yeah, all right. So thank you so much for taking out time to join today's webinar. I would like to welcome Ibrahim, Akarsh, Akash, Anand, Armit, Jan, Jayashri, Khushbu, Mayank, Pavan Saha, Rushi, Shubhangi, Smriti, Suhani, Varshini, and Chandra and Sambram as well for joining today's session. So while we are waiting for others to join in, why don't you share in the chat box which company are you from and which city are you from? Which organization are you representing today? What's your role in that organization and which city are you from? Can I have some responses in the chat box while we are just waiting for others? So it would be good to know. Akash is from Noida. Great. Can I have some more responses, please? Superb. Right. So we also have webinar. One second, guys. Yeah. We have Victoria's Secrets company, Akash. Great to have you here. We also have Armit Singh, Principal GRC Program Manager from Delhi. Lovely. We have Khushbu and Mang from Mumbai and Delhi. We also have Spurti from Victoria's Secret. Great to have you here. Kindly change your chat settings to everyone in case if you're not able to see the messages. So you, because I think the messages are only coming to host and panelists. Lovely. So, well, generative AI, is it making our life simpler or difficult? Generative AI is definitely making a significant impact on application security, both positively and negatively, right? Am I audible? Am I visible? If yes, give me a thumbs up in the chat box. Am I audible? Am I visible? Is my audio clear? Video clear?
We can hear.
Superb, superb, right? So what are the positive impacts of generative AI, right? Enhanced security detection, right? It identifies unusual behavior in logs, traffic, and other activities. It could also predict security threats for quicker incident response, right? The other benefit and positive impact is automated security testing by simulating attack vectors, identifying risk much earlier in the cycle. So reducing your deployment risk, right? And also improve code analysis, phishing detection. But apart from these positive impacts, what could be the negative impacts of generative AI on your application security? AI-driven attack generation, because adversaries can create sophisticated malware and phishing emails. AI-generated deepfakes and spear phishing bypass traditional security, right? Automated vulnerability exploitation, because AI can quickly discover and exploit even a minor security flaws in your application security. And using AI, you have increased your attack surface, right? AI integration expands the attack surface. So you may also end up with data privacy risks, right? Large data sets for AI training may include sensitive information. And improperly secured data can lead to breaches and privacy violations, thereby impacting yours and your client's reputation. And also clients losing trust in your offerings. So while generative AI holds great promise for enhancing application security, these challenges also highlight the need for careful consideration and strategic planning. Security developers and CISOs must focus on building trust in AI systems, protecting all these systems with emerging threats, right? And ensuring your compliances with data privacy regulations to effectively leverage AI in your security efforts. So CISOs and security teams, you are the new age warriors, right? So welcome to this webinar once again. And those who have joined in a little later, I would like to welcome all of you. And before I introduce our speaker for the day, who would enlighten us on how to balance efficiencies with risks of AI, we would like to understand your inputs on this topic. And for that, I'll request Pooja to launch our poll. Pooja, can you launch the first poll, please? Right. So I have a question for you. How far along is your organization in the adoption of generative AI tools? Is AI code generation tools not permitted? Or can you answer? Okay, we have started getting the responses. Lovely. So I'll wait for the responses, or you're allowed only, you allow using only one tool, approved tool, or different groups purchase different tools on a case by case basis. You don't have any official position right now. And some of you would say, I don't know what we are doing about it. So whatever is your input to this question, we would love to hear from you. Right. Is everyone able to answer this question? Please give the participants. Are you able to answer this question? Lovely. Shubhangi says yes. Armit says yes. Lovely. So before we end the poll, we'll end the poll and share the results. So far, we have 100% responses. So far, we have 40% people saying different groups purchase different tools on case by case basis. We have 27% people saying we have a tie on the second number, but that number has changed now because some more people joined in and they are participating in the poll. So I'll give it some more time. Let's wait for a few seconds before we declare the results of this poll. All right. So still the number one is different groups purchasing different tools. The number two is you're allowed to use only one approved tool. And the number three in the list is you don't have an official position yet. Well, Pooja, you can end the poll and we can share the poll results quickly. Right. Right. So let's have another poll question. Let's understand, this room, what's your need and what you are going through at present, because I'm sure you have taken out time for this webinar among all of the priorities that is happening in your life. I'm sure this means a lot to you and you are looking for some kind of a solution, right? So let's launch another poll. Pooja, can you launch the second poll? Right. So what is your level of concern about security threats stemming from developers using AI code generation tools to write code? And it's a multiple choice answer. You can choose multiple options, right? I mean, you can choose your top 3 level of concern. Are you in a position of no concerns at all? Well, that's great, wonderful. Next time we will invite you to conduct the webinar and we can learn from your best practices. And is it licensing risk, or your level of concern is insecure coding, data privacy, IP issues, secret leakage, or Gen AI attacks? Right? Let's hear from you, or you don't know. Just feel free to choose as multiple answers, and let's look at what is the common challenge most of you are facing and your level of concern when it comes to leveraging generative AI for your application security, right? We'll give it some few more seconds before we end this poll. All right, so let me share the number one in this list with 67% vote is secret leakage. And the number two is insecure coding. And the third one is data privacy and IP issues. Well, licensing risk is also got significant response. So let's end this poll and we'll share the results with you. I am sharing the results with you. You can quickly have a glimpse at the result. Right. We have one more poll question before we get our speaker on board to share some of the best practices and his experiential insights on what you can do about this. Pooja, can you launch the third poll, please? All right, while we are waiting for that, let me welcome few more people who have joined in a little later. Right, so the third poll is up out there. So how do you think AI can help you in addressing application security? Is it implement remediation steps after human approval, or is it make unsupervised changes to code automatically? Or is it provide just-in-time training for developers on identified vulnerabilities? Or is it online remediation options for humans to implement? Or you don't trust AI to be involved in security actions? Let's hear from the people who are present in the room today, the warriors, the security warriors who are present here. Every day is a new challenge. You don't even know who your enemy is. So really appreciate the important role you're playing in your organization. So actually you should be called the security warriors of your organization. So let's look at the poll results. We have, oh wow, this is amazing, right? I had a response where the first 4 options were all 38%, right? So now I will give it a second before we announce the poll results. So we have number one, we have a tie on 2 positions with 36% vote. Okay, it has changed. We still have a tie on with 3 options on number 1 position, which is the first, implement remediation, provide just-in-time training, and the outline remediation options, right? So I'm going to end the poll and share the results with you quickly. Right. All right. So thank you so much. I really appreciate all your participation and would like to welcome others who have joined in a little later, Aishwarya, Avdesh. And it will be great if you can share Tejal, Surbhi Shinde, Suramya, Yashwant Murlidhar. It will be great if you can type in the chat box which organization you are representing today, your role, and which city are you from. And I think I'm all set to introduce the speaker for the day. So let's welcome Chandra Mahesh, who is armed with more than 18 years of experience in the IT industry with a proven track record in delivering complex solutions and driving business value to customers. His extensive experience includes pre-sales, post-sales, and technical account management, consulting and solution design of enterprise applications in cloud, as well as on-premises application code quality, SAST, application security, performance, observability, and software composition analysis, and DevOps. Right? Chandra's work involves direct engagement with developers, quality assurance teams, and senior executives of customer companies to evangelize and drive adoption of products by understanding the customer's business landscape requirements, building relationship with key account teams, and go-to-market activities. So before handing over to Chandra, I would like to introduce myself. Hi, I'm Vandana. I'm co-founder of Meteonic Innovation with over 18 years in business. We have helped over 300 plus unique clients reduce their security vulnerabilities drastically, right? Improve the productivity of the team by 20%, right? And help them develop quality software, right? So over to you, Chandra. Please enlighten us to balance. Please enlighten us to understand how we can balance the efficiencies and risk of generative AI. What are the best practices? And how some of the peers are getting most of out of this industry, out of this new technology, and how the necessary guidance and governance in place can be put in place to control AI. Over to you, Chandra.
Yeah, thanks, Vandana. Thanks for a warm introduction. And I would like to thank everyone for joining this session and giving your precious time. So give me a few minutes. I'll be sharing the slide. Are you able to see me the slides?
Yes.
Yep, thank you. So let's begin. So good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us today and giving your precious time. And my name is Chandra Mahesh. I'm a solution engineer at Checkmarx. I hope all of you are aware of the Checkmarx. If not, let me give a brief about it. Checkmarx is a vendor in application security space, and where we help organizations like yours to secure the applications what you are coding, and which is going to run the business. So basically, we secure the applications which are going to run the business, and we are in the space of application security from past 16 plus years, and we are a Gartner Magic Quadrant leader in application security for last 6 plus years. So in today's session, we will be sharing light on what are the challenges with GenAI and how it can help AppSec, and what are the steps we need to take to ensure we use the GenAI in the right format in the organization. So everyone is using and experimenting with AI today, right? So there are plenty of examples on how AI can be helpful. And how it can be productive. It can be students, it can be writers, coders, marketing, development teams. So, and also within the software development lifecycle, there are various ways the generative AI is helpful. So according to Gartner, approximately 80% of the enterprises will be using some sort of GenAI APIs or the GenAI LLM models by 2026. So what we do is at Checkmarx, we speak with plenty of security professionals on a day-to-day basis. And every time we speak to them in the last 1 to 2 years, everybody is speaking about AI. So AI and generative AI is the main thing which is there in their mind. And they are thinking, how can they adopt AI in their AppSec practices? And what are the challenges they are facing with respect to AI? And what are the benefits they can get? So what we did is we surveyed 900 plus AppSec managers and CISOs to learn more about what are the benefits and challenges they are finding with respect to AI, and understand how security teams can utilize the generative AI to build their AppSec. So that's what we are going to talk about here. So let's look at what are the because we are speaking about AppSec and we are focused only with AppSec, right? So here let's look at what are the reasons which developers are trying to focus on AI. So first thing is, when it comes to developers, the three key areas is what people are focusing. One is the knowledge, that is the technology is evolving at a continuous pace, and there are new things which are coming evolving, which are new things which are coming into picture, which is going to help the way businesses are built, will help the way the technologies are being built over a period of time. So knowledge is a key area. So, and for example, new challenges which come up, and also with generative AI. So we don't know what are the known vectors and unknown vectors, right? So for this, what people developers are doing is they are trying to leverage the generative AIs to understand what are the new things and how do they address. Similar to how we started using Google maybe 2.5 decades before. So when Google was introduced, we started searching Google to get more information on what we didn't know. Today, that has been replaced by ChatGPT or any generative AI. So we are going one step ahead or multiple steps ahead to use these generative AI tools to understand and try to fill the knowledge gap so that we can perform our activities faster and we can perform our activities in a better manner. And second one is productivity. How can we increase the productivity and we can resolve the issues faster? So how can we build the source code faster? How can we test the code faster? How can we deploy it faster? Can AI help me to identify any vulnerabilities faster, right? And also the needs for speed. So this is something which is common because we are always having crunch of resources, and people need to have the organizations have less resources, and they always need to do a lot of work with a lesser time. So this is the need, right? So typically developers are relying for these three main reasons, that is the knowledge, the productivity, and finish the task faster and better. And that can involve from writing code to deployment to documentation, testing, deployment, and even collaboration with the team. So so these are the few things from an application security perspective, and from the developer space, what they are trying to use it on a day-to-day basis. So let's look at how do we address this. Okay, so we know that developers are definitely going to utilize the generative AI. So either it may be regulated or it may not be regulated, or you may know as an organization, as the leaders, you may know about it, or you may not even know about it because it may be happening at the inside. So uh, so similarly, what Checkmarx had done is we had conducted a survey uh, to understand how what are the how the organizations are utilizing this generative AI. So this is a similar a survey we just now conducted, and I think on similar lines we had, I think the top two were these. Okay, so where few organizations had one of the a tool which was approved, and many of them were utilizing tool based on a case to case basis on their own need. And also some organizations did not were not permitted to use any AI. And we had a very small percentage of people who spoke about we do not have an official position kind of it. Okay, but what if you see from the entire survey, what's important is those which have a very clear policy of not using AI, they can tell that do not use AI, but how are you going to enforce that policy? That is very important. So what happens is, although you enforce a policy, it is very likely that they may be using the AI tools under the hood without even the organization leaders knowing, because you cannot stop it, because the developers and the organization see a lot of benefit of efficiency as well as productivity which comes with it. So there are organizations which are putting a clear benchmark telling do not use AI, but again, behind the scenes there are developers who are continuously using. So what becomes useful is those organizations who are mature to a stage where they have understood what the requirement of their organization is, what the requirement of the developers is, and they have approved a single tool to be used which is safe, and they also consider all the risks which comes with utilizing the tool. So these are the safer one. But apart from that, those we who use on a case-to-case basis and randomly, or those who do not have a position, or those who try to stop it, right? There are tools which are getting used unknowingly. Okay, and it's very much important to bring in a framework of governance. So that's why, as a first step, you need to establish a governance in place, that is a security governance. So, if there are a lot of CISOs and AppSec people, you always have a set of governance and policies in the organization on how you need to establish the security policies and what are the governance frameworks to adhere to the regulations and all. So, as generative AI is a very new tool, there is no full-fledged regulation already in place in countries like India. But it's very much important for CISOs and the AppSec team to establish this governance and try to understand what is the requirement of the AI. Why do you need AI in the very first place? How is it going to help your developers? How is it going to help your AppSec team? Is it and your operations team? Is it going to improve the efficiency, productivity? If yes, then you can look at what are the risks. So first you need to establish the governance. So once you have established the governance, then you need to understand what is the risk, right? So now we have decided that there is a need for AI to be used. Okay, so this was a survey which is conducted by Stack Overflow, which is in public, and more than 90,000 people responded to that. Okay, so if you can see here, most of the users who have responded to this have clearly mentioned that they are going to use, or somehow AI is going to impact their work in the next coming year. So the question for them which was asked was, how is AI going to impact you in the next 1 to 2 years? So if you can see here, the one which is green and blue, I think more than 50 to 60% know that AI has definitely going to impact their the way they are going to code, the way they're going to test, they deploy the tools, and even planning also, right? So now it's high time to understand what is the risk which is going to be there, and what are the tools you need to use, and then assess the risk. So this is very important. So now once you know, once you have understood that there is a need for AI, and then you have understood what is the risk of utilizing AI, you also need to assess what is the risk these AI tools bring. One is you are using the AI tools to first address a certain problem, right? So you would like to fix your security vulnerabilities faster. You may want to improve your productivity, the developer experience, and your release times you would like to increase, right? Fine, fantastic. You are using the AI tools for that. But again, these AI tools also bring in a lot of challenges, because this is
In
see there's a lot of developers who are churning on a regular basis. So what we have done at Checkmarx is we are providing code bashing and also remediation examples on a textual format for those who do not want to use AI, who would like to still use it in a regular basis to address those issues. But for those people who are already matured, who are already understand what is the risk, and how do you who are already brought in the kind of governance in place, there they can use these AI components to get security remediation guidance, and then they can evaluate it, scan it, and then push it to the higher branches. So this is how it looks. So you get to see all the explanation on what this AI guided remediation is providing, and the promotes remediation, and you can incorporate those in the tools. So before I jump into the next steps, let me show you how it looks live. Okay, let me share my screen again. Are you able to see my screen? Okay, so this is how in the Visual Studio Code plugin we are going to see all the vulnerabilities which is outcome of the scan, and then they can see the remediation examples. Now the security champion in place, where if you just click, a small code snippet will be sent, and then it is going to give you a remediation examples on based on the conference level. Here it has a confidence level of 90. What is this explanation and what is the proposed remediation? So now the developers can take the source code, evaluate it, and then test it, apply the changes, and then run the scan. So it's very important to ensure all the source code changes what you take is also you run that for a security scan, and once it is free from any vulnerabilities, new AI vulnerabilities, then you can use it. So currently, I've just showcased it for ChatGPT, but I understand ChatGPT is open source and people are hesitant to use it. So we have also released a package with respect to Copilot. So that is GitHub Copilot. So in case you already have a license with GitHub Copilot, you can also leverage the Copilot integration for generating the AI guided remediation. And also with respect to the platform itself, okay, we have for the AppSec team, they also need a way to fine tune the results so that they can reduce the false positives as well as reduce the false negatives. So we have come up with a AI a query builder which helps you to generate the AI query, and these are the custom queries which you can take it and modify it, and then these queries can be applied to test for any new vulnerabilities which are there, or if you want to enhance the scanning capabilities, you can start using this AI query builder and apply the query concepts to enhance the security posture of the application. So these are the few ways which at Checkmarx we are enabling AppSec team as well as the developers to enhance use AI to enhance their productivity as well as the developer experience. So next, so this was also one of the polling which we did some time back. So how can AI help with security, right? So we just showed how with respect to giving a AI guided remediation as well as enabling the AppSec team to generate queries, we can help. Apart from this, this was the poll survey from the 900 plus CISOs and the AppSec team, which was provided. So many would like to utilize the AI with which can provide the remediation step with human approval, and then they would like to see if the AI tool can give any just-in-time training for the developers to identify for the identified vulnerabilities, as well as outlining any remediation steps which human can implement. So they're and most of them, if you see here, those which are in the green, the approach is on the right track where they would like to utilize AI, but they would also like to have a human approval or a human element which is going to uh, evaluate the entire remediation which is being provided, and then try to deploy the solution. But there was a significant number of people who just also said that they would like an AI tool which can do the changes on their own for the source code. But that is a very alarming stage where because if the AI starts doing any unsupervised changes in the code, you do not know what the source code is, and hence you do not know, you cannot measure what is there in the source code, and you cannot measure what is the risk also there. So that is where you need to have the right checks in place. That is, you need to have a policies which are built in to ensure they do not allow any unsupervised code changes. And also, you need to have regular checks, source code checks in place, so that any such unsupervised changes are inserted unknowingly or knowingly by the developers, it gets caught up very early in the state, and the issues are resolved. So these are very key factors. So how do we take it from here, right? So first we saw that there's a requirement we need to establish governance, then understand what is the risk, and then identify what are the different critical attack vectors which is going to impact us, and how AI can be utilized in AppSec to improve our productivity as well as the developer experience, right? So what we also have is, so it's very important to ensure your current state. So what we do is at Checkmarx we have something called as APMA, Application Security Methodology Assessment Framework. So what we do is first we try to understand when we work with the different organizations, we try to establish the current state of the entire AppSec governance and the policies. So we try to see what is the current stage, what are the goals and objectives, what are the KPIs, what is the guidance they require, and then we try to establish what are the tools they are using, what is the process they are using, what is the plan, what is the set of applications they have, how many are critical applications, how many are non-critical applications, then what are the different tools the team is using, what is the process to identify any issues, and how is it automated, and what is the reporting structure, and then what is the capability for scaling this process once the organization is growing, and then what is the plan to roll out any changes with AppSec changes which and the change management process, right? So we have built this process to identify the current state and the to be state, and then we give a plan on how you can mature in that in the AppSec process on a stage by stage basis. So, but what we saw is when AI started getting introduced, we also started introducing few more capabilities with respect to AI. So, when we also discussed with the AI about the strategy and governance, we also checked with the team what is the AI strategy, why do they require an AI tool, and what kind of AI tools they require. Okay, and also we try to assess what is the risk and opportunities which AI is going to bring them, and also to address those opportunities and the risk, what are the better tools which can be used? Okay, so we try to, it's very important that as organizations, we also adapt what is the current state and what is the to be state with respect to AI, and try to assess the risk, and well as the try to build up a proper governance and the strategy to adopt a proper AI tool. So what's next? So it's very simple. So we discussed, as I just spoke, so these are the 7 steps to include in a generative AI to enable the application security. The first one is establish a strong governance around AI usage, assess what are the risks which AI is going to present, and then identify what are the attack vectors which are targeting the AI, what are the risks for your industry, for your organization, and how they need to be addressed, and where can the AI improve the developer experience and productivity. Because the whole idea of using AI is it's going to bring in the benefit, right? So you have to see the risk, what you're going to take, and the benefits, what you are going to take. Your benefits outweigh the risk, and the risks are contained or handled in a very planned manner so that it doesn't grow out of proportion. And where AI can help you with the security adoption, and assess, very importantly, assess where your organization is today and how do you want to mature in terms of AI adoption in next 6 months, in next 1 year. And finally, based on all the top 1 to 6, what you have answers, what you have got, based on this, try to look at who are the vendors who are going to meet your requirement. What is their roadmap? In case they are they speaking the same language? Are they are trying to? What are they trying to do to address the known AI issues and unknown AI issues and all? So this is a simple steps, 7 steps guideline to see how generative AI can help you in application security. And very importantly, do not drop any of your existing DevSecOps process. Please utilize them and add AI as a assistive methodology, assistive method along with the existing process to enhance your performance, enhance the productivity, so that you can get the benefits of utilizing the AI. So yeah, that's it from my end. So any questions out there?
Yeah, if you have any questions, simply raise your hand. If you want to share anything, simply raise your hand and we will give the unmute permissions. And if you cannot be on video, just type your question in the Q&A box and Chandra will address it for you. All right. So how has the session been so far for you? Just give a quick thumbs up, or did it add value to you? So while we are waiting, if anybody has any questions, if you can quickly share in the chat box, how was the session for you? Did it add any value? Just give us a quick thumbs up or respond with a yes or no. Anything that you would like to share with us. Super. Thank you, Lakshman.
Sure.
Right. Can we have some more responses? Are you guys still there on the call? Right. Super. Gokul says, Subhangi says, excellent. Thank you, Gokul, for the thumbs up. So before we're still waiting for, so there's one question in the Q&A box.
Yep.
That Milind is asking, Milind Prakash is asking, can we use generative AI for improving the cybersecurity application solution like EDR or MDR solution or DLP, etc.?
Yeah, definitely. Yes. So generative AI is going to help you in the in any of the cybersecurity space, right? But when you say if you the EDR or even the MDR, right? So first you have to assess what is the tool you are using for the EDR currently, and what are the AI capabilities the tool is giving to address these. If else, what happens is you will have to use these tools and see how can this tool integrate with these with the AI solutions which are out there to provide this EDR or the MDR analysis. So we have seen that there are a lot of there are a lot of applications or general applications which are sitting on the top level, who take input from all these EDRs or even the networks and all. They do the analysis. They try to identify any vulnerabilities or any issues, and then they try to give the answers. So one is the existing EDRs. They should provide you with a proper solution with the AI implementation. Else, you can use these tools which are meant which have a lot of AI enabled with them. The whole purpose is to synthesize all the data from various vendors and provide you with the identification of any security vulnerabilities or any outages or any if anybody is trying to spoof in your network and all. So definitely yes, it can be helpful.
So we have two more questions in the chat box. Varshini is asking, can Checkmarx detect the code written by AI tools if they were used in my project?
Yeah, so Checkmarx relies on the source code. So if your AI, at the end of the day, it's the source code. If the AI is generating a source code and it is among the supported languages and framework what is there, so definitely you can run the SCST for identifying the static issues, as well as we have to identify any malicious packages which I spoke about. We also have the capability to identify any of the malicious packages which are out there in the which are generated by the tools. So that would not be a different. But again, we have also released something called as a Check AI plugin for ChatGPT. So you can go to ChatGPT and you can you can go to Google and search for Check AI for ChatGPT from Checkmarx. You can install that plugin. So how this is going to help you is, in case you are generating any source code with any open source packages, this Check AI plugin can help you to identify if that library has any vulnerability or any issues. So that is a freeware what we have given from the
Thank you so much for answering that, Chandra, and thank you for that question, Varshini. So in case you would like to have personalized discussions with your team, I have shared one link in the chat box earlier. You can fill up a request there, and because you are a webinar attendee, we will give priority to you, right? So the link is given above. I will reshare the link a little later. So there's one more question here. Maybe I can just reshare the link.
I can see
Satish
a
is
couple of
asking.
questions. Yeah.
Yeah.
With evolving code assistant AI-based tool, will all these features be addressed in it? What and when is what is your view? So as I give an example, right? So we have this AI code assistant. So we have a plugin integrated with ChatGPT as well as even with the Copilot. So what happens is this helps you to generate the source code or the fixes for the vulnerabilities. So I think there's one more question, but can I automate to fix the vulnerabilities? I think we had asked the similar question as a poll. Do you want a human intervention or do you want unsupervised way of fixing the issues, right? So that is very crucial. So we always encourage people that if you're using AI, AI can help you to get the fixes, but always have a human supervision to see and evaluate what those fixes are, and then uh, uh, apply it accordingly into your source code, because this is still at a very early stages, and in case your tools are trying to add any of the malicious code or any of the vulnerabilities in them, then the purpose of using the tool itself is lost. So you may be faster by using the tool, but again it would cause a lot of issues. So you need to assess the risk before you try to use those without evaluating.
Chandra, we have two more questions in the chat box.
Yeah.
Akash is asking, what are some of the what is that guardrail solutions we have where we can customize them according to our needs?
Okay. So when you are evaluating any GenAI tools, first you need to see what is the your organization policy. For example, not everybody is comfortable using ChatGPT, right? Some people may say, okay, my source code is in GitHub. I don't mind using GitHub Copilot. But again, there is something called as a data residency. So where do you want this LLM to reside? Do you want these LLMs or the trained things to reside in your location, or should it be in a geography? Like, for example, you want these tools and any of the analysis it does to be from India and stay in India. You do not want that data to be exposed outside of it, because you need to ensure you do not push any secret codes or even any IP infringement is happening. So very first thing is to ensure the data residency of the LLMs, what they are providing. If they are providing your geographical data residency, that is great. Second thing is, do they provide any on-premise set for you, which is going to help you to ensure that your data or your IP does not leave the space. And next is what are the known vectors and how do you address it? So these are something which I would focus on.
So we have two more questions, actually three questions. So one is from Milind and two from Lakshman. Milind is asking, can we use Checkmarx AI tool for configuring cybersecurity application or troubleshoot it?
So Checkmarx AI helps you in Checkmarx AI capability is directly connected with the Checkmarx solutions. That is, if you are using Checkmarx SAST, SCA, IAC, that is infrastructure as code, definitely yes, you can use Checkmarx AI for building any of the AI solutions. But beyond that, for any other solution, can you plug in Checkmarx AI? The answer is no. So we have integrated so what we have done is we have tried to integrate the Checkmarx AI to solve the problems which our users are facing. For example, with respect to identifying any remediation for the vulnerabilities, and to understand the vulnerabilities in IAC and all, you can check what this IAC file is, what it does, how do I address that issue. So you can do that exploration. So one is to understand and address the challenges with respect to the remediation for it, as well as how do you fine tune the results for the AppSec team. So these are the main key areas that we are focused.
I think we already answered Akarsh's question on this.
Yeah.
And then we have Lakshman asking that, can I automate to fix the vulnerabilities?
I've
And he
already
says,
answered
I
that.
want to use a bot.
Yeah, I've also answered that.
All right, great. So any more questions coming up, guys? Otherwise, we'll quickly move on to the poll. Do have a look at the link if you would like to have a more personalized, detailed discussions with your team. We are more than happy to support you. Do fill in your request in the given link and we will give you priority, right? So before moving on to the quiz, I would just want to thank Chandra for taking out time and sharing the insights after conducting survey, a detailed survey with over, I think, 900 plus folks, right, Chandra?
Yep, 900 plus.
Organizations or people?
No, it
900
is 900 plus people who are in the range of CISOs as well as AppSec managers. So these were
Lovely.
the roles what we.
Right. And thank you everyone for participating. So as you see, generative AI is a double-edged sword in the realm of application security, right? While it provides powerful tools for enhancing security measures, it also introduces new risks that needs to be managed. So security teams, security warriors, you must always stay ahead, right? By adopting AI-driven solutions while also being aware of the potential threats AI can pose. So how do you balance innovation with security is very crucial to ensure the safe and secure deployment of applications in the era of AI, right? So before we wind off, I'm sharing a link in the chat. Let's quickly we will be sharing the recording, Lakshman. I forgot to make some announcements in the beginning about the quiz and about sharing the recording. You will receive the recording on your WhatsApp number if you have shared with us, and also on your email, right? So let's see what have been your takeaways from the session. If you can quickly, I think I've just sent the link on personal window. So
So please take the quiz. I think it is shared in the chat. The link is shared in the chat.
This is for the quiz, guys. So let's
Quiz,
see if you can also share your key takeaway from this session. If you wish to share what has been that one key takeaway from this session, uh, it will also encourage and motivate us to keep coming up with such webinars in future. So we know that there is some tangible outcome that you have got from this session, and we added value because you decided to share your time with us. So those who are still present in the call, while we are launching the quiz, if you can quickly share that one tangible insight that you got from today's session, we would love to hear from you, right? So I have shared the link on the chat link. Sorry, I've shared the link for the quiz on the chat. So I hope everybody is up to play the quiz. If yes, give me a quick thumbs up
Is
in
it
the
asking? Can everybody log into the quiz? For me, it is asking for a pin.
yeah. Did you just put on that link? Oh, it's asking for a link, is it? Okay,
Pin.
pin. Okay, the pin would be 967912. I'm giving it in the chat box, 967912. Kindly rename yourself.
Lovely rabbit.
Because we wouldn't know who the winner is if you don't use your right names. So before I start the game, I'll just wait for you guys to rename, put your proper names.
Sarah.
I'll give it a minute for you to put your proper names, because
Sporty
otherwise we
Mink.
wouldn't know who the winner is, right? So just wait.
Akil Kakareni.
Right. All right.
Vishamit.
Okay. Any more people joining in? Otherwise, I'm just starting the game. 3, 2, 1, and go. Right.
Quiz.com. Play and create.
Which of the following is a potential
Brother
risk when
phone
using
joined.
GenAI tools for code generation?
This is a single choice answer.
Galtham Ready joined.
Insecure coding
Vashini R
practices.
joined. Jayashri joined.
All right.
GenAI tools will improve accuracy in coding. No.
So far we have Armit and Subhani leading. Armit and Varshini leading.
GenAI tools can improve developer efficiency. Yes.
So we have Suhasini leading right now.
Which are the different ways in which AI can assist in AppSec? Documenting code, evaluating code, writing/generating code.
Vishal is leading this.
Which task can AI not perform effectively in AppSec? Generating user interfaces.
Fluffy Rabbit joined. Final question. Double points.
What is one of the benefits of using AI in application security? Speeding up manual code reviews.
Third place. Gautam Reddy.
Gautam is third.
Second place. Sarah. And the winner is Suhani.
All right. So thank you so much for participating in the quiz, guys, and I hope you had some good value add from this session. I think somebody's saying that there is an error in quiz file. What's the pin? I think about. All right, so we are done now. So thank you so much, everyone, for showing up in today's webinar. Thank you, Chandra and team, for
Thank you.
helping us
Thanks for your time.
execute this webinar. And we look forward to serving you with more insightful webinars in future. Thanks,
you.
everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
And you will get recording. Chandra, you want to say anything?
No, I'm good. Thanks, team. Thanks for your time and coming here. I hope this session has helped you to understand how do you go about adopting Gen AI in your organization. So good luck with that. So any questions you have, please reach out to the link what Vandana has shared, and we'll be able to help you out. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Saraswati, Nabila, Milind, Akarsh, and Lakshman, everyone else who participated in the session. And we look forward to serving you again. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye for now.